It's ThursdAGE. Look at everybody lined up. Some folks were here really early today. I love it when that happens. I'm wondering if you can hear me. Let me know in chat by saying I hear you. Lauren's here. William says hello to Lauren. Nice. William, you've been here for some time now. You and Jay Gray holding down the fort, as it were. My cocktail loop stopped so abruptly. But I'm going to do it again because I just like it. It's a nice little backtrack. Back in track. Good. Everybody can hear me. Fantastic. Yay to you, Rain. Swan May says afternoon, folks. Well, afternoon to you. Jay Gray says howdy, howdy. I'm glad you can hear me, Brian. Yeah, to Jay's point, don't forget to hit the like, sub, and share, and then save, and then, send it to a friend. Call someone on the phone and read them the URL as they type it in to their browser, and make sure that they're, really aware of what's going on, and I think that they'll never forget it. Of course, you want to send them over to our YouTube page, I think, anyway. I mean, let me know, friends, where do you prefer to, love that representing. Where do you prefer to watch ThursdAGE? So, we do a couple things. We broadcast, of course, out of using one software, and that we use is Streamyard, which I really like. It's really easy to use. It's got some flexibility with cameras. We can move things around. We can have as many people as we need for our actual plays, or we can just do one, like me, with its just voice. And I really dig it. But we also split it out. Hey, Mark. Mark says that he prefers YouTube. Yeah. Shadowcat said on the phone. Are you YouTube on your phone? Okay, sure. Am I cutting in and out? Can you hear me? Let me know, and I'll start fiddling with the stuff. Allie's here. Allie, how are you doing? I feel like I'm only now being finished with Gen Con because I'm only now just getting over COVID. Every day I get up and I'm like, oh wow, I feel great, and then 2 hours into it, it's like, hey, guess what? You don't. COVID's a tricky bit of business, but I am actually feeling better today. I really do think so. I haven't broken down into a flop sweat all morning. Yeah, let me see here. Everyone can hear me pretty well? Okay, yeah, no worries, Jay. I do that myself. So I know. Thank you, Rain. Asking me to be careful with myself. I'm not even sure what you do. I mean, my policy of open mouth kisses is not going to change. At Gen Con, that's just how it goes. That's just what you do when you're at Gen Con. So, that being said, back to the subject, I was curious, so we do split out into Facebook and a few different locations. Every once in a while, I'll throw LinkedIn there just because I like to, spice things up a little bit. And, LinkedIn is just the world's most engaging social network. Everybody with the fire in the belly and all the good things that they do over there at LinkedIn. But yeah, there are moments where I think, well, what if we did just YouTube? If we only did YouTube. Friends over on Facebook, let me know what you think. Would you be sad? Would you be glad? Do you think it's rad? Or would it make you mad? Let me know. I'm the same, Jay. Jay says, I've got to focus on only one place nowadays. It's just too much, right? I mean, and I think it's too much to expect that everybody's following us on every dang thing. I think that for just as a quick little opinion aside, or really actually directly related, our attentions are split in so many different directions that you would choose to spend a little time with us, once or twice a week is, I'm just grateful for it. I appreciate it. I've gotten to know many of you very, very well. And when we have fun, there is so much going on in the world that, like, for instance, we're not broadcasting to Twitter or X any longer. And we got a lot of engagement there. People definitely watched our live streams, and it was great. But the problem is that it's awful. They wanted us to pay for the pleasure of streaming on there, of being content on their platform, and couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Shouldn't do it. So we've kind of cut Twitter out of there. Every once in a while, Facebook, I think, I want to go where the people are for sure. My work is in service to the community and to the Ronines, and so you do what you need to do. But boy, there are days where I just think, what if we all just watched it on what if we all just cuddled up to ThursdAGE on YouTube? So let me know what you think. And if you've got further thoughts, feel free to drop a note on our YouTube video for this particular video, and tell me what you think. Frankly, you can do it anywhere. We'll see it. And I'm curious. A little informal community poll. Where do you prefer to watch your Green Ronin streams? And I'll look forward to hearing all about that. The other say, let's see here. So Swan May brings up a really fair point, and this is that I can definitely say that when I quit Twitter, the percentage of communiques I got from Green Ronin on sales and such went down, which is a shame. I quit Facebook a decade ago. Yeah. I mean, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, and we want to reach everybody where they are. But it's rough. It is just a matter of signal to noise and time, and not a small part of that is energy, of which while I feel like I'm getting more and more each day, COVID really knocks it out of you. So the idea right now of going to every social media space and trying to kind of generate excitement in those spaces, each one requiring their own unique sort of key to unlock the benefits of that platform. It's a lot. And certainly, every day we get, for instance, we added our own social media space, our own platform, which I love dearly. It has been such a blast. And that is the Atomic Think Tank. I am gravely behind on my notes and emails and things for the space, but let's see, what shall I do here? I think what I'm going to do is share a screen. But for those of you who are not in the know, the Atomic Think Tank is our community hub. There are so many, we'll call them specialty communities, special interests, micro communities within the Green Ronin, broader group, and that breaks down into just several of these passionate groups of people who all have kind of the same interests and even share some across some of those very specific special interest groups. But you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about things like maybe you're in it for the community content program, which I got an update, fun thing happening here pretty soon that we'll talk about a bit. Of course, our Age Creators Alliance, and then we've got streamers. We've got a phenomenal group of people who are out there in the world streaming actual plays, and it's a blast. They're wonderful people to work with, and having them in the think tank is an opportunity for us to do all kinds of good stuff. So we've got folks like the D20 Future Show. We've got let's see, who else do we got? Friends like Hellbreakers, which is was the Expanse stream that is now shifting into another age-related stream. That's of course American team. America's amazing. Hey Tempo, I'm not quite cured, but I think that when you catch it on your fifth time, you get something like some kind of a hat or a sash, or maybe a medal. I don't know. I've never gotten that yet, so I'm waiting for somebody to come to my door with like a big paper check you know, $50 or something. But it does feel like I've hit the jackpot. I'm actually feeling a lot better now. So excuse you can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm a little froggy. I'm a little soggy. I don't know why I'm rhyming so much today, but that's it. Yeah, like for instance, other folks that we've got, you know, of course we've got John Boltena, and you may know him as Only Play Wizards, running the Expanse for some time now. I want to say it must be he must have been running this for at least 30 years. But John and crew are it's so much fun, and what are they, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays 6 p.m. Am I right? I believe that to be the case. But and of course, links and things you will find in our. By the time you look, you will find the links to some of these streamers and folks in our show notes, at least on YouTube. Maybe we'll post an article with all this stuff in it as well. One of my faves as well is the Rando stream, and they are doing just all kinds of fun stuff. The group is great. I work pretty closely with them. I just really enjoy the work that they do. Like kind of working with them as well on sort of things coming up in the future. They cover really kind of all the age games, and they kind of have a sort of a random sort of element to to their play that they introduce and then kind of work through live on their live streams. It's so much fun. Hey, Paul, there you are. Paul's in there right now in chat. So yeah, we talked about Abraxas Precipice. Whom else do we want to make sure to? We talked about the Rando stream. We've got we've got Allie, of course, is in chat right now. Allie is from our Dice Drop team, and Allie and Dice Drop pals came and hung out with us at Gen Con. It was super fun. I don't know, Allie, did any of you get sick, or was it just me? Let me know. I'm not sure if you you popped in to say howdy, but let me know. I'm curious. I was going to text you guys, but then I was too sick. Let's see. We've got Jahan and team over at Jahan and Gary over at Fresh Out the Box. I love those two. I love all the whole crew, but Jahan and Gary are just two of the most jovial. Like, if you want to play games, these two people were just architected by the game gods to just make it so much fun to watch, so much fun to engage. They're just sometimes you see people who kind of curate or cultivate an online persona. I wish I had the guile to do so, but I'm too simple and easily confused. But these two guys, they are absolutely what you see is what you get. They are so fun, kind, thoughtful. Definitely you want to check them out. And that's Fresh Out the Box. And every once in a while, I did a little art for them for their stuff for their live streams, and you'll see it as Fresh Out the Box with a little box. It says Fresh Out the Box on it, and all kinds of things popping out of it. But I've loved that they've taken it and they've really continued to sort of have things popping out of the box, which is great. So definitely check them out. Yeah, we talked about Dice Drop. They are, what is your, let's see, Saturdays, is that right? Do we do Dice Drop Fallen is the podcast, and they, the three of them record. They are so fun and funny, so much so that I was like, hey, hang out with me at Gen Con, and they did, and we had a blast. But you want to check them out. Allie, of course, is the game goddess and just a dear friend. I really like that whole crew. Super, super fun. Thank you for the links, Devious. I appreciate that. Just me got sick. That's it. Well, you know what? Here's what happened. When COVID made an appearance, my immune system was like, stop. And I just, unfortunately mine and Nicole's, I think the two of us are the ones that got the worst of the worst. But we're also the folks that adhere to that open mouth kisses policy at the Gen Con booth. Let's see, who else am I missing? I know I'm missing some folks. And let's find out if I can. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, we've got RC and we talk about Eminem on Mutants and Masterminds Monday, but why not throw in that they've got Masks and Mayhem? That's a podcast. Honestly, I want to say it's the longest running podcast associated with Green Ronin ever. Yeah, and they've been what Mutants and Masterminds is 23 years old. I don't know if that's, I might be off a couple years. But yeah, so RC is 85 years old and has been a big supporter ever since we launched. Yeah. Roll for Initiative is a great group. We do like them as well. Is that the streamers that do they've done some reviews for us a couple times, I believe, which we do love for sure. Let's see. Who else am I missing? I know there's others, Greater Restoration. I need to check in with those folks. They were doing the Blue Rose stream. They've been doing it for some time. That, of course, is the Mighty Rafiki. Real groovy dude. I like him quite a bit. I like this. This sounds like a big kerfuffle in the making. Tempo asks, can you inform Malcolm Shepard that it's more Neanderthals, not Neanderthals? I don't know. I'll inform him, but he might say to you, communicating in a GIF, that he disagrees. I don't know. By the way, I just died a little inside when I used the ThursdAGE approach to GIF, because it's a GIF. The review of Modern Age, thank you. Yeah, we definitely loved that, and you will too if you haven't seen it. Devious has dropped the link to it. They're just they're a great crew, a great group of people, very fun folks. Shadowcat, you did a few reviews on Green Ronin Expanse books. I'm not sure if I've got links enabled for in the chat. I don't think I do, but if you try, let me know if that's the case. I'm going back and looking at comments. It's funny. You also say, if I pre-order the Expanse Soul System book, do I get the PDF for free? No. So when we do these, when we announce new books, we will do what is our $5 deal, where you pre-order the book and you get the PDF at the time that you do the pre-order for the book for another $5. The reality is that while it may appear on the surface that, hey, it's just a digital product, a lot of time and energy and expertise, and I know the Shadowcat. I'm not sharing this with you, specifically. You've been around long enough to. Not only do we need to make our money back on the expense of, all the layout and the editing and all of the, art and expertise, then we've got a whole team of people like me who are, I get on the internet and talk about stuff that we do and try to get you to buy it. And, and then we've got customer support people, we've got our webmaster, we've got our private chef, we've got our caviar farm, which we've just started, a really delicious caviar farm, which I think is fish. Is that right? I don't know. I haven't seen the farm yet. Then we have our bonbons room and our fully gold-plated sauna. It's really, really warm. We can't really sit because the gold, holds on to that heat. It cooks your buns. But we gotta maintain all these things. Caviar is fish eggs, great. Yes, caviar straight off the vine. Yummy. William Lang says, sorry, Temp, but Malcolm actually is correct. I like that. Malcolm actually is correct in the pronunciation. Well, that's something else. And Jay Gray sums it up for me nicely, which is the point is the PDF. The charge for the PDF is to help keep the PDF factory running. And if we don't feed the PDF factory money and maintenance, then it gets all jammed up, and we don't like that. Yes, we do have the Von Snoot throne room. Yep, absolutely right. Let's see. I thought Chris was more eel egg oriented. Yeah, find a palate. And really that's something that's developed amongst all the Ronians, because we do have our cheese cave where we run through rigorous testing, taste testing of everything that is delicious. So there you go. So pick up the PDFs and enjoy. And back to the think tank. Took a little excursion through what the heck is Troy talking about land, and I'm blaming COVID because when I'm not ill with COVID, I'm razor sharp, on the point, no deviation, clear, precise. Sorry, I'm vamping as I'm looking for my link, which I'm going to have to just redo. So yeah, the in addition to what things like the streamers and folks that are fans of particular games, books, lines, if you will, Mutants and Masterminds, gangbusters, just absolutely just vibrating this community. And so if you are somebody, not expressly an age-related thing, but it is a lot of fun. And you can come in and check that out. Now, we are, we also, just as a kind of finish a thought, for the Mutants and Masterminds community, we launched a membership community. And the membership community is currently called The Membership, but I think I'm going to pivot and call it, the Cape and Cowl Club or something like that, because The Membership sounds ominous and not very creative. But the point being that extra stuff. Now, the Atomic Think Tank is free. It's a free opportunity for you to hang out and to engage with developers and other people who enjoy your particular flavor of age games and or TTRPGs in general. And we've got some things coming up. I wonder if I should, I will, as part of the Age Creators Alliance, we provide folks that have published their own page. And it was an experiment, because I really wanted to spend more time celebrating the things that folks have done and the work that they have put into publishing stuff. And nobody works harder than this friend. They are, I'm looking for it, Age Creators Alliance. And there's just so much going on. My poor little ADHD brain is like, wait, what's that? Who's what? Someone's asking you a question? But of course I'm talking about Mon Frere LeBeau. And they have, I was just looking at it, and what did I do with it? But if I didn't just click it away, Portfolio LeBeau. And in that space is opportunity for Ren to just share all the good stuff that they're working on, to engage with people who have picked up their work at Drive-Thru-RPG, in addition to just being able to sort of be a part of, sharing how to do this stuff. Tremendous reference and resource for folks. And there it is here. Okay, I'm going to share this screen. I know you can't see it, and I'm not paying attention to chat right now, which is probably diddly. But, what are you going to do? Thank you, Devious. Devious, you are just an old link wizard. Link wizarding all over the place. Of course, that role, for those who may not know, famously created by our own Jay Gray and passed on through the generations down to Young bucks like devious heart. And let me see how we want to do this. I'm going to, there we go. And sharing the screen is a thing that I can do. I've been assured. There we go. And boom. Longest monitor in the world. My apologies for that. But I like them, and I'm not going to be, I will refuse to be shamed. Yeah, so Portfolio LeBeau is an opportunity for Ren just specifically, very specifically, to share news on Vitaeus Adventures, new stuff coming in, questions to the folks who are fans or who are playing or who would like to play, a place to kind of answer that stuff, and very, very engaged there. And it's highly customizable. So you can see here that in this space, we've got links to all the good stuff. These are all the adventures that you can pick up over at DriveThruRPG, Twitter, of course, and then you can embed SoundCloud playlists in this space. Very awesome logo for Vitaeus Adventures, and it's just super. Nicholas says, "I'm happy to see this rolling out," and I'm really pleased with all of the things that, if you have a question for Ren, you can ask here. Also, as development continues and there's questions and opportunities for you to engage, and then of course events, and as those kind of pop up, and there are more features that could be added to this. I share this with you because it is an opportunity for you, if you are somebody who is interested in the Age Creators Alliance, to integrate and have some connection with the wider community, and that's exciting stuff. I'm super. I've always very much enjoyed working with Ren. We just very appreciative of just their general demeanor. They are a great collaborator, but also a great developer of TTRPGs. And so, just wonderful to be able to do that. And we're going to expand that to include many, many other people. So maybe you're already published and you're like, hey, what about me? Let's talk. Send a note to me on the think tank. And to get there, you go to atomicthinktank.com. And then to find me, you look for the guy with the 5 head and you send me a note. And we talk. And then after that, it's all profit. And so that's that. That's part of the Age Creators Alliance. Now, I might as well just kind of careen wildly into our subject matter here. We are about to embark, and very, very soon, very, very soon, as in, I think a few days. I can't give all the details because, they want to share some of the good stuff for the announcement, but we're doing a game jam with DriveThruRPG, and our games are included in that event. So we've got Fantasy Age, Modern Age, Cthulhu Awakens, Blue Rose, and I think that's it. Unfortunately, no Chronicle System Guild, but yes, we're the idea is that how much can I say? The idea is that it is a continuation of a gameplay experience, and it will be fun. So keep your ears open for that. And it is kind of a big deal because we want to goose up, kind of, get things engaged and get more people publishing. And you can participate if you are a fan, and we'll work real closely with you. In addition, you will be able to do things like connect with other people that are doing community content programs on DriveThruRPG, and they'll be doing some stuff on Discord and all kinds of good stuff. So it should be a blast. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Shadowcat. I appreciate that. I'm looking at our chat here. The Link Wizard of Speed and Time. Let's see. Yeah, Jay Grady talks about how you gotta hand the mantle of Link Wizard over when you've got too many things to do with your hands during I know a lot of people listen, and I know this because every once in a while I'll do it, accidental jump scare and scare the devil out of them. When a volume is too loud or something weird happens. But yeah, no worries. I appreciate that. Yeah, right. Red says notification jump scare. So sorry. Let's see. There you go. Check out the Atomic Think Tank link that Devious Hearts put in there. And yeah, you definitely want to sign up. Now, the problem that we've got is we have so many things going on. Duke, good to see you. Good to see you, Duke. The think tank can get a little noisy. So you want to make sure to go in and kind of check out your notifications. Make sure that that you can control the flow, because there's a ton of stuff going on in so many different avenues, much like Jay Gray says. Y'all are definitely trying to break me. Yeah, lots and lots going on. And here's the other thing as well, friends. You do what you can when you can, and not anymore. This is a hobby. This is fun. And even if you only have time to just pop by every once in a while and say hi on ThursdAGE or Meet Masterminds Monday, I'll call that good. Definitely appreciate people who keep in touch and kind of let us know how things are rolling with them. If you are somebody who is ready to take on the development or continued development of an idea that you think will fit nicely within the Age Creators Alliance, reach out. If there's something we can do to help, make it more economical time-wise for you to kind of get engaged with that. And let's not forget that, participation in the Age Creators Alliance means that you're selling a product. You become, you are a publisher, you're a developer. And we support that as we kind of develop new ideas, and we listen to you, excuse me, and look to develop more of that kind of good stuff as we move forward. But the Age Creators Alliance is, it's a great opportunity for folks. And I will say, now this is, causation, correlation, etc. But, everybody that has published something in the Age Creators Alliance is now a millionaire. Not from that specific work, and maybe not in the sort of standard way that we think of money. But they're worth $1 million in my eyes. So be a part of it. And Auden says it's a part-time passionate calling. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good group of people that I certainly want to call out. Auden, of course, the Expanse community on Facebook and online. They are, you're all millionaires in my heart. Exactly. So yes, in my gold-plated caviar-filled heart. Let's see. Reading our chat. Nate, good to see you, friend. Nate says, I want the age system for source material for TWD World. What is TWD World? I don't know what that is. Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? What? Nate is, I like Nate. I love Nate. Nate, we like to call him non sequitur Nate. You don't always know what he's talking about, but he's excited about it. And Shadowcat talking about, A Call to Arms by Mongoose Publishing. Okay. Oh, Shadowcat mentions confidence problems, and that's part of the reason why I love what's going on in the think tank, because it's an opportunity for you to get direct feedback and for you to go, okay, yeah, all right, and to not have to feel like you're doing things in a vacuum, and you got proximity to us, and that's really what we're trying to do here: facilitate opportunities for folks to have a good focused conversation outside of the the venues where we post news and things. Just a nice respite focused on our stuff, and we can focus on your questions and not the 1,000 other noisy things going on Facebook or Twitter. Now, we're not abandoning any places, but it's just a different vibe. I would also encourage folks to make sure that you are checking out places like our Discord, like Grad. Mutants Masterminds has a few really hustle and bustle, and Grad as well, where we sit and lurk. I will be 100% transparent. I loathe Discord. Not because, I mean, there's a lot of great things about it. My problem is that as somebody who's worked in the industry for a long time and worked in video games for 20 years before that, who's have an active life of engaging in other hobbies outside of the work that I do, which is in the hobby space, and then I've got my family, and all of them converge in that one spot. It is like every day there are 3,000 to 4,000, messages that kind of beep, 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 and finally figured out how to kind of turn that off. But it's a lot. It's a whole lot. And so if you don't see me there often or you don't see me there enough, that's why. But I'm not ignoring it. I'm just ignoring it. So if you need me over there, make sure you let me know. Just a little FYI. I think Shadowcat, I know you can do it. And I think that, it's sometimes that's all you need is for someone to say, hey, this is real. This is the thing, you're doing it, and you're doing it well, and you're doing it right. And sometimes there's a little thing that is wrong, you can't quite put your finger on it, and then someone comes by and they say, oh, what about this? And you're like, clog averted, creative clog cleared, and that's one of the other great benefits of just the atomic thinking in general. What else? There was something in here that I just saw today and I wanted to call it out. Where is it? I think it was, shoot, this is what I get for closing my windows. So it was a project. I think maybe they put it in, was it the community content program? Or, you know what? It might have been Fantasy Age. But someone's doing the work of cataloging all the age adversaries. Did folks see that in the think tank? I thought that was brilliant. I just love it. In addition, someone from Mutants to Masterminds Monday, they put together a spreadsheet of all the topics that we've talked about on that show, and we've been doing it for like 3 years, 3-ish plus years, and that's quite an endeavor. For ThursdAGE, I'm thinking of like what would, if I had a request of the community, what would I want folks to think about? Make clips. That's what I think. I think more people should know about ThursdAGE and connect with us. So yeah, make some clips. Oh, that's right. Oh, you did. Swan May, was that you? It was so great. I just love those kinds of projects. And you posted it in the Fantasy Age Commons. Nice. Let me get to that. Let's see. There we go. Fantasy Age Commons. And we have a little. Where did you post that in as a chat? Here we go. Right here in the chat. There we go. Is that you, friend? And the reason why it was important for me to bring up is because I had asked, hey, should we have a yeah, we've discovered a need. I think he did that just moments ago, right as the show started. Pretty much, it looks like. And I just think it's is interesting, and I think that it's what I love about projects like this is what this surfaces when people kind of slice and dice our details and information and present it in different ways. It facilitates a deeper understanding of how things work and what, I hate reading and talking at the same time, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff out there in the world that, community sites kind of come and they go. And as Maple says here, this is really a prescient and timely discussion, which is, there's a lot of stuff going on out in the world, and Green Ronin discussions are split up in too many places. And I think that there should be a homebrew library, and I think that that's something that we should build for right here in the tank. I know we ask every once in a while about what are your homebrew rules, or what are some things that you would like to kind of or what are some things that you do that are different to your play group than what you might find in the book. Um, but yeah, sort of a place for people who are engaged with the adventure game engine across all the genres or all the lines, or with a specific one that you love the most. I think we need like a little sort of toy box, a little a place where people can tinker with rules and experiment, have some fun. Honestly, it seems to me like a really good place that fits nicely with the content that you get in Engine. And Engine, of course, being our I would call it kind of a zine of all kinds of fun alternative, or there's some characters, there's some resources, there's it's filled with all kinds of tools, fun things to add and to augment your play sessions. And that feels this feels your Maple, the problem that you identify here, the challenge, as it were. This feels like something solved within a space where something like Engine is, a part of as well. So I agree with you. I think I'm going to noodle on it for a bit, but I'm going to be doing some work later today on just general construction. And some people have been waiting for their focus, their turn as getting their own little space in the Atomic Think Tank, which I'm going to finish tonight. But I think that we should create a space that is focused on age, and that maybe we just call it Homebrew Age, as it were. That's very interesting. And I think an important discussion point, and something that I think is really fun. Let's see. Jake says, I got to ask, because I'm the one that always will. What type of responsibility would there be between GRP and players engaged in homebrew section regarding all of our materials in the Atomic Think Tank? And let me process that. What type of responsibility will there be between Green Ronin Publishing and players engaged in the homebrew section regarding the materials in the Atomic Think Tank? So elaborate for me. I think you're right. So Duke mentions that we created the cauldron for Dragon Age, and that the cauldron was just sort of a fun thing. I was like, we need a space that does this. But I wonder if there is, beyond Fantasy Age, though. I mean, we're talking all the homebrew stuff, all the age things. One of the Ali says, I blend my age systems like a smoothie. You do indeed. Oh, nice, Shadowcat. Great. I'm going to make sure we get you in there, and that'll be very shortly here. But so the responsibility, I can say this, between Green Ronin Publishing and our homebrew people, or really the entire think tank, the world's never certain as far as things that happen. But our commitment is to create the spaces where these conversations go on, and to maybe sometimes gain inspiration or be the inspiration for those discussions, to participate and pay attention. And then to, when things like this is a perfect example, our responsibility to each other, you as, for lack of a better term, this one's just very, more removed from the connection that we have with our community. But maybe if you are the consumer and we are the producer of things for you to consume, it is, and it's much more than that, of course. And I know, our goal is to keep the lines of communication open, and to be a part of the discovery of when there's something that is challenging, and the discovery when there's something kind of fun happening, or to be the creators of fun and all that good stuff. So that's our responsibility, and that's a lot. In who knows what shape it may take. And also, we commit to tending and caring and keeping up this space as well. And we'll, we're adding new events. We got some things coming up. I gotta talk about this before I forget. Oh no, Jay. Jay says, hope it doesn't offend. Not at all. And I think it's important for us to hear what's important to you. And we are doing now. When you say that you're wanting official statements, what are you hoping to get? An official statement saying we will open a community devoted to all aspects of gameplay and Green Ronin products, and we will support them and engage and talk with you. We'll do a regular live stream where we have conversations about stuff, and let me know, Jay, what you are hoping you will see there, because I want to. It doesn't offend at all. No, I'm not at all. I don't see conversations like this. Oh, good. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So I'm sorry that you are sorry. But Jay says what you already said is as official as I need. Great. Let's see. One of the things that's really good about the generic systems like this is seeing how creative people can get. Yeah. This is Paul saying adapting them to all sorts of different genres, genre mashing and such. And you've seen Malcolm and his propensity to mash up stuff, and always fun to see kind of what comes out of that guy's big brain, and engine being one of those things, for sure. And I see. I think I'm tracking now. Now, we go. I will say this for folks that are worried about if I share my idea, but you publish it or something. There may be moments where there's kind of let's say a Venn diagram of sort of there's a little crossover with an idea, and we've been telling stories as as a race of people. Humans have been telling stories for millennia, and there often is going to be some crossover, some stories that are they kind of come from the same cut from the same cloth while not being exactly the same. But we take great pains to not both internally how we accept submissions from folks, and externally we just like to know where it's coming from. And any good creative being has come to terms with and takes homage or pays homage to people that have come before them by being inspired by their work. But for us, this space is really meant more we're inspired by you being there, not necessarily combing through all of your stuff and seeing what ideas we can peel away to feed our caviar bill, or pay our caviar bill. No, I mean you all know that. But I do think maybe there's something more clear we should put up in a policy on the thing. I'm going to think about that. This has given me something to think about. Let's see. Stormer says, honestly, the one thing I love about GRP in general is that the professional designers and us hobbyists can put things out side by side. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Stan brings up a point of parallel development happens all the time. Different writers, game designers coming up with frighteningly similar concepts. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's always kind of funny when you see like the DC and Marvel kind of stuff, like, they've all got their versions of each other. And some of that, of course, is, I think, them sort of poking at each other. How many different characters do you need that look like Wolverine after all? But that sort of parallel development stuff, we have not experienced that as much, as far as it becoming an issue. And we are not afraid to talk about who inspires us, but we are also very, very careful with other people's creative works. And it is always our goal. So if you run into a problem or you see something, you're like, hey, wait a minute. I had that idea for the caviar wizards of the Golden Palace. You let us know. We'll sit down and talk about it. Shadowcat says, Troy, how did you get started in the RPG world and community? Well, so I have been doing online. Am I reconnected? Let me wait. I'm having an unstable. Can you hear me, friends? Looks like I'm back. So I started doing online community work almost since the day I was born. I started out in working in nonprofits, working with doing community programs and community activism of sorts, and then continued to do that, and then got a job as a community manager for a little game called The Matrix Online. The concept was great. The game was awful, but it was a lot of fun working on it. Basically, I was the community manager and also the wrangler of the imps, and the imps were the event implementers, and they would run around in game as Morpheus, Niobe, Merovingian, Persephone, all of those characters. And then we'd also be able to create our own characters and run around in game. And it was really just, we had a lot of fun with that. And and so 20 years later, after doing all of that, the TTRPG space and the video game space are very closely aligned as far as, at the time, there was a time I worked with Chris Pramus on Pirates of the Burning Sea. And we worked together. He was, I believe, sort of our the story executive, helping with Pirates. And then, and I was the community guy, and we just, Nicole and really a lot of the Ronins and extended Ronins, we knew each other just because we're in Seattle and we're kind of working in the hobbyist space, and that's how I got here. Having played, some TTRPGs growing up, that it definitely was just it was a no brainer to pop on over and do this work. Romantic Cthulhu opens the door for Regency era. Now I'm imagining Bridgerton in a Cthulhu setting. That is so good. Let's see. Having this, anything new for Blue Rose? Not yet. I will say that now that I'm thinking of Cthulhu Rose, that's something. That's something. Food for thought. And getting messages, and that's the other thing too, that it is such a live, the think tank is such a live environment. It's just happening all the time, and there's always something. Also, like, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I wonder what's happening in the tank, because I'm neurotic, and there's something going on. Like, people are talking, I can see people are reading. It's a blast, so check that out. Let's see. Yeah, apologies for my connection. Every once in a while it takes a dump, and I don't know why. Let me make sure I'm not missing any good comments here, because we're almost done. But we can't be done because I definitely need to share. Look at that QR code right there. Do you see that QR code? If you scan it, what it does is it takes you to a landing page over at BackerKit because listen to this, in 17 days, 20 hours, and 3 minutes, and some odd seconds, we're launching a brand new edition of the, sorry, I'm not trying to be obnoxious, but I am trying to get, there we go. It's hard when you have the VM by yourself. Whoa, that is too much screen. Da, 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 da. There it is. And this is the Expanse Transport Union Edition. And it is phenomenal. Hey, whoa, 2,000 people. That's exciting. That's very exciting. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. We want to get, I want to see us get like 5,000, but I'll settle for 3. It's so fun. The things that we've got planned for this thing, I love this art. And for those who aren't aware, I mean, every once in a while I forget that there are people who listen and watch or come across our information and don't know stuff about us. Like, for instance, yes, we do have a game for Dragon Age. There's a Dragon Age TTRPG. It's called Dragon Age, and we publish it. Love it and buy it. But we are also the publishers of The Expanse, which is a TTRPG based on the novels by James S.A. Corey. And and we have had, The Expanse has been out for, oh gosh, I'm not sure for how long. It's an awesome age related, you built using the adventure game engine, and things like the churn and all kinds of good stuff. And this next phase, this next edition, doesn't negate anything that's been done prior. So it all will work together. It's all one big happy family. No information is no books that we have published need to be thrown in the garbage. You can keep your Expanse library intact and add to it with some really great stuff. That will, so 3 new supplements to choose from. Demon's Gambit is a new adventure series set in the Transport Union era. Free Navy Conflict presents the apocalyptic era for play and includes an adventure series. Crew Companion is the first player-focused book for the Expanse RPG, and it includes loads of new options for your PC. Things like you might want to keep trying to scroll on the wrong page. Augmentations and things. Ooh, look at this. Dice and minis. That's I'm a sucker for dice. I love them. But I love a mini. This is going to be there. We given all the details of what I'm trying to remember what we might have said and what we might not have said. But I will say this: there'll be dice minis, and the minis are ships and people, which I'm really excited about because I like a spaceship. So yeah, head over there to Backer Kit, and I'm going to drop that link in chat as well. Red says, what? Dragon Age has a TTRPG? Yeah, we do. You're funny. So let's see looks like main release 2019, so not too long ago. Jay Gray says I would be a millionaire if they got a little money every time they heard Dragon Age has a TTRPG. It's just so funny. But hey, sometimes it's about context, and sometimes there was a reprint as well. Yeah, there really was. So we will endeavor to continue to beat that drum. I hope that you will endeavor to keep us in the loop on what you're doing, on how things are going. If you run into a wall creatively, let's say if you're contributing to the Age Creators Alliance, maybe you want to have a very specific topic on ThursdAGE. I will continue to do ThursdAGE, and and I feel badly because it's sort of every once in a while it's the one that gets hit because I've got an illness or I've got to travel or something's up. But we'll continue to do this. If there's a topic that you would like us to talk about, I think about every once in a while doing a planning episode. It's a little bit more difficult because our cast of characters here for ThursdAGE is rotating. And we got a lot of developers and designers and folks. But yeah, so let me know what you would like, and you can I'm pretty sure what we ought to do is set up a space just for ThursdAGE in the think tank, so people can come and very specifically say, hey Troy, you are great, or you are the worst, or I'd like to talk about this, or whatever it might be. Thinking about that for sure. Jump in for now with without sort of that dedicated space. Send me a note on the think tank. Say, hey, I really want to do this. Or maybe you are a publisher. Maybe you've published through the Age Creators Alliance. If you have and you want to talk about it, let's do a show. I've been known to bring on people from the Age Creators Alliance into this very program. Some of our most watched shows, as a matter of fact, and I'm proud to do it and say it, and would invite you to engage. Babylon 5.8. Well, yeah, I don't know that we'll be accepting any new ages as a conversation, but we certainly, like if you want to hear from Malcolm, you want to hear from Ian, you want to hear from, want to update from Chris, or you want to talk about, particular challenges related to the adventure game engine, not challenges, but opportunities for, to kind of grow your understanding of the engine itself, of the particular genre of title. We've got a lot of different opportunities to talk, and Jay Gray says, I have thoughts. Yeah, we'll have you back around for sure. I think I think we've had Stan, we had you on. I think just very recently, if I'm recalling. Am I right? Is this a dream? I don't know, but that was a lot of fun. Every Thursday, nearly every Thursday, we come to you at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about games powered by the Adventure Game Engine. You'll also want to check us out on Mondays. We have a very lively program called Mutants and Masterminds Monday, and it's where we talk about all things mutants and masterminds. And we just did our planning episode for Mutants and Masterminds. We almost planned the whole rest of the year. I think, well, actually, we might have gone through the year and into the next because there's so much to talk about. Now, our planning episodes for Mutants and Masterminds, every time we've done, we have rarely, I want to say maybe once or twice, have had to do a topic again, but that was like kind of like next level, part 2. That's phenomenal for a live stream that's been going on for maybe 4 years, not having the topic crossover every single Monday. That is that says something about Mutants and Mastermind. So you will want to check it out. We do have a lot of fun, and we do get to talk hero stuff. It's a blast. Also, just the reading list alone that you'll get suggestions, recommendations, reading for watching animes, all the, if somebody who enjoys getting recommendations and want to beef up your media masochism, stop by and you will certainly get your fill. And the community is just great too. They're a lot of fun. Hey, do me a favor. Would you like the stream? Would you post a comment? Just say, hey, how you doing? Or I have a question about something, and have a real question. It helps us feed the algorithm, helps the algorithm go, hey, wait, people do like this and they want to tune in. We certainly do appreciate it. I do. And also, just a real quick note, thank you to everybody in your kind words and concern for my bout with COVID. It's really, it's nice. It's nice to have folks go, hey, how you feeling? And means a lot. So I thank you for that. I thank you for hanging out in chat. Also, again, make sure you stop by the atomicthinktank.com and get in there. Tell me what you would like to see there. Engage with what we've got building there, and we will continue to build together on into the future. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.